Hi everyone. So in this video, I want to talk about the overarching assumptions that I assume in my life that serve me really well. The reason I want to talk about this is that I see many people in these circles seeing the process of manifesting as taking one specific thing and fixating on that and trying to get that specific thing to show up. And doing things that way is hard, really hard. And the reason it's so hard is that if you have an underlying assumption that being in this world is really difficult and that there are limited resources available and that getting what you want requires doing something really complicated that not many people know how to do, something that is really hard to get right, well, you're setting yourself up for a very difficult journey if you do that. Whereas if you do what I do and you start seeing this whole world for what it is, which is like a playground that you yourself at the higher level of yourself have created for yourself to play in, then everything becomes so much easier because now the whole thing becomes just a lovely adventure, a lovely experience that you are creating for yourself and that you have complete control over the whole time. So you're no longer seeing it as this really complicated thing that you're striving really hard to achieve. Instead, it becomes like there's this lovely buffet table laid out in front of you full of amazing possibilities, and you get to pick and choose, and you can go, ooh, let me try this one. Ooh, that one looks nice. Ooh, what do I think of this one? And then, oh, hang on a minute, that one I don't like so much. Let's put that one back down. I won't be picking that one up again. And so you create this experience of being able to choose, of being able to try out what you like. You start feeling a lot more like this is a fun adventure, a lovely exploration that you get to have, as opposed to the feeling of trying to find this needle in a haystack or doing something that is really difficult to do. So let me go ahead and list some of the overarching assumptions that I tend to live by every single day. No matter where I'm at and what is going on in my life, I always look at things from this point of view. I always assume that these things are true. So here's the list. Everything is rigged in my favor. Everything that happens is designed to lead me to my desired outcome. If something happens, it must be a good thing, otherwise it wouldn't have happened. I am always safe, loved, taken care of, being pointed in the right direction, being guided, being provided with everything I want and need, every single day. Everything I desire is already available to me. Otherwise, I wouldn't be feeling this desire. God knows exactly what it is that I want and already has the perfect plan to give all of that to me. So those are kind of the fundamentals, like a foundational setup for how I live my life. And because I live from that state for the most part, since everything is forming itself according to my assumption, that's what forms itself as fact in my reality. So whatever shows up, no matter what it is, I can always turn it into a good thing because I'm always giving it that positive spin, that positive meaning. And by doing that, I turn absolutely everything into a bridge that leads me to what I want. Now, don't think that I'm some kind of saint and that everything is always perfect for me and, that nothing ever goes wrong. That is most definitely not the case. I've had plenty of difficult times in my life. I've even got what you might consider difficulties going on in my life right now. But because I have this underlying fundamental trust that everything is being taken care of for me, I don't experience it as a big problem in the way others might. I'm very good at bringing myself back to my center, back to that knowing that this is going to work out well for me. Somehow, some way, even though I might not be able to see how just yet, I know it's going to be okay. I know I'm going to get what I want. So when you've got this overarching foundation in place in this way, life becomes this wonderful adventure. I like to think of it as if I'm on this tour bus. You know how if you go as a tourist to another country, you can get a tour guide and they will take you to visit all these lovely places. And although the whole thing is unfamiliar to you, you've never been there before, so you have no idea where you're going or what places you're going to be taken to, you feel safe because you know you're in good hands and being taken care of, and that everything has been organized perfectly to make sure you have a pleasant journey. And you might do difficult or scary things while you're on this journey. So it's not like it's all necessarily completely devoid of anything problematic whatsoever. But you feel safe even though there might be some parts that you find challenging. Like, for example, let's say you might go and visit some underground caves. And maybe it's dark and spooky. And maybe you get told some creepy stories about things that happened there in the past. But at the same time, you know you're completely safe and that nothing is going to happen to you. So you can enjoy that slight feeling of fear while knowing that it's all okay. There's nothing to worry about. Or maybe you might, let's say, go for a hike up this really steep mountain. And maybe it's a bit slippery and you have to watch your step and you have to make some really big jumps. But you know it's safe because you've got all the safety equipment. And even if, let's say, you stumble and fall, you know that the tour guide has your back and will be there to catch you and help you get back up again. And maybe you're finding it difficult and you feel like you can't climb any further. And the tour guide says, you just need to go a little bit further. We're almost there. I promise you it will be worth it. And so you listen to him and you climb a bit further. And when you get to the top, the view is absolutely stunning. And you are so glad you listened to him. And you feel like you've just had absolutely the best day ever. So that is the kind of feeling that you need to allow yourself to dwell in. Don't focus so much on getting some specific thing in place. When you've got a whole array of possibilities in front of you, that need to cling and hold on to making this one specific thing show up kind of just disappears. I'm not saying you can't ever have desires for specific things and that you shouldn't assume that you get to have something specific. That is not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that when you've got this overarching feeling of abundance, of everything working in your favor, of everything going well, then it all becomes a lot lighter and easier. You're no longer desperately trying to make something happen. You no longer feel that sense of urgency, that feeling of, I need to make things change right now. I need to find a way to make this happen right this second, otherwise I'm doomed. So it's like letting go of, that feeling of clinging and force and urgency. It becomes like ordering something on Amazon. You go, oh yeah, I want that. Let me order it. Okay. Done? That's ordered. Where was I? Let me go back to enjoying what I was doing. And then you carry on with your life, spending your time doing what you enjoy, doing the things you love to do. And then you go, there's the thing I ordered the other day. It's arrived. How lovely. And now you get to enjoy this other new thing as well. And it becomes that easy. You just get on with life and lovely things just show up. Just like that. No force, no, having to be on high alert all the time. You just relax and things appear. And it's just a much nicer way to live life. Rather than being in your head all the time and feeling like you need to watch your thoughts and do techniques and to make stuff happen. And that if you make a mistake or get things wrong, you're never going to get what you want. It's just a completely different feeling to how most people are approaching this. It really doesn't need to be that complicated. You are here to have a physical experience. You are here to enjoy being a human in a physical world. So let yourself be human. Don't feel like you have to transcend your human self and you have to stop yourself from ever feeling afraid or worried or angry or frustrated or whatever it is. You can let yourself feel all these things. Let yourself have the full experience. While at the back of your mind, you know that this is all going to be okay, that you are always in safe hands. You will always be protected, provided for, given everything you want and need, no matter what. It really isn't dependent on you getting things right, or doing the right things, or making sure you make the right choices, or take the right inspired action or whatever. None of that is required. What is required is more of a loosening up, a feeling of relaxing into the experience and trusting that everything that you want and need is always being put in place for you. And then once you know that, it's just a case of jumping in and enjoying the ride. You get to enjoy and experience this lovely journey, this lovely adventure that has been prepared just for you, to give you exactly the things that will truly fulfill you specifically. It's all designed exactly to suit your specific tastes and to give you exactly the experiences that you came here to experience. It really is all rigged in your favor. And the more you let that sink in, the more wonderful this experience becomes. So on that note, with that lovely image firmly planted into your mind, I'm going to stop here for today. As usual, if you have questions, please put them in the comments or come and find me on Facebook or through my website. And please subscribe if you haven't already, because that really helps me to do more of this. Once again, thank you very much for your support. I really, really appreciate it. And that's it from me for today. Take care, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.